Perfect. Welcome to this class on Thanksgiving Day. Lots to be thankful for given the wonderful weather we're having today here in Kitchener-Waterloo. And we'll start with a simple get going practice, feel good, swinging. So my knees stay looking forward. My knees don't turn like this. They keep looking forward. And I'm shifting my weight, turning my waist to get a bit of swinging of the arms, gentle percussion. And as we move up to the ribs, we're getting a gentle percussion for the kidneys at the back, liver on the right, spleen, and a bit of pancreas on the left. So it's also beneficial for the organs. It's relaxing, it's swinging, but the percussion is also stimulating the internal organs. And then at the level of the pecs and the so-called sacroiliac joint at the back, so the joint where the fleshy muscles connect with the big bone, the sacrum bone, sacroiliac joint at the back, and the lungs, the top corner of the lungs at the top, good for the lungs. And then with the thumb on the top muscle, the traps, and the tailbone at the back. Just letting the weight shift initiate a swing, just making the swing easy, basically, not thinking about it, just making it happen. Loosening those tight muscles that we do keep tight when we lift our shoulders like this all day long. And the pecs. Not that I do that ever. And back to where we were, back to the ribs. And the lower belly and the glute muscles at the back, and stopping the swing on its own. So just simple practices for health that are rooted in very, very old traditions in China from QiGong. Qi is our life force. Gong means cultivate, work patiently and persistently to improve a skill. That's the meaning of QiGong, actually. So it's persistent work and practice to improve skills around moving your qi, developing your qi, your life force. So here we are going down the front of the arm, the hand, back of the hand, and up. So rubbing is extremely simple and extremely intuitive. We do it when we're cold, to warm up. We do it when we hurt, when we hit something. And so in Chinese medicine, we say when there's pain, there's no free flow of qi. If there's free flow of qi, there's no pain. So like when we bang our elbow, we'll be rubbing it. So for Chinese people, it's very logical. It's a simple method to disperse the stagnant energy that results from the banging, from the hit, from the hurt. And when there's free flow of energy, there's no pain. Also, what we do with a rubbing like that, of course, we're creating a friction that warms up the superficial tissues. We're increasing the circulation of the capillary vessels, the tiny, tiny blood vessels at the surface. That also makes the nerve endings feel good. And we have touch nerve endings, and they send a happy signal to the brain, like we are, as human beings, sensitive to touch, and it sends some good signals to the brain that sends some good chemicals to our whole body. So simple practice, but there's more to it than it seems. Just tapping on the pecs, that's good for the lungs. That's to tighten the pecs. We can have them tight, keeping them open. Down the breastbone being one of the bones that produces blood cells. Flat bones, big bones produce blood cells. Here, thymus gland, part of the immune system, producing the T cells from our immunity. And then we're gonna rub the stomach, up on the right, across, down on the left, across, up on the right, across, down on the left, across, circling, following the direction of the large intestine to stimulate its peristaltis movement. The peristaltis movement is the squeezing release that happens along the digestive tract to push the food down from the stomach all the way to the intestines. And then we're going to rub the sides from the armpit down. Very good for the lymph vessels, loosening the lymph nodes. Sometimes we get a bit of nodules here that we can feel, so we can rub them. And it's good to rub them from the breast back, rather than towards the breast, from the breast out, so that we push the lymph out of the breast so that it doesn't accumulate. And other side, so same thing, going down the ribs. So we have lymphatic vessels coming from the arm. We also have lymphatic vessels in the breast, in the chest. So the lymph is this fluid that carries out waste from, say, what the immune system has had to deal with. And then it brings it back to the main circulation through the heart. And then all those waste products are recycled naturally. And the front here, that's the inguinal fold. We don't want it stiff and tight. We want it bend and loose. We have big vessels here, blood vessels, also a big lymphatic vessel coming from the legs up. So we want these to be open so that the venous blood and the lymph can move up from the legs to the trunk and the back. From the tailbone to the sacrum bone, to the lower low back, middle low back, upper low back, the ribs on the side, on each side, down the muscle. So if we're leaning forward, that muscle is going to be tight. If we're standing straight, that muscle is going to be looser on each side of the spine, and that's what we're targeting, keeping them loose. And the glutes, and the tailbone. So that's all a good practice. The rubbing to start the day. If it's cold, if you're achy, that's a really good one to do when there's a damp, heavy weather. It's also, especially the rubbing of the back is really good to do if you're gonna do something where you carry or push heavy loads, heavy weights. You want the back to be warm before you do that. When you're gonna rake the leaves, or later shovel the snow. It's good to do to be warm before you start doing such a thing, such a physical thing that involves the low back. The legs, inside and outside of the leg, along the seam of the pants. If there's any discomfort or pain going down, then you can put your foot on a stool to make it easy, like to have it supported on a stool, for instance. And going down, inside and outside. All this, whether it's the arms or the legs, we're also following acupuncture meridians, so those pathways for our vital force that acupuncture leverages to improve the free circulation of our qi, our vital force, to restore free flow or to strengthen it. And the other leg, switching leg, again, always within your zone of comfort. Everything we do should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, we need to find an adjustment, and that's okay. What's perfect is what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, we should find another way. We don't want to be experiencing any pain or discomfort when we do these things. And perfect. So that was the joint loosening practice. We're just going to rub the face and the hair. Sorry, that was not the joint loosening, that was a rubbing QiGong, QiGong for health, a little simple practice for health. There's more to it than it seems. We're going to rub the inside of the fingers, and then we switch which index finger is on the outside, and then I switch, and then I switch again. And then I'm gonna gently do a bit of tapping of the webs of the fingers. And then I switch. So the index that was out goes in, and I do get a little bit more. So this is stimulation of acupuncture points, but this is also a little bit of brain gym, as we have a clumsy side. And now we're gonna, and we have a comfortable side. So we're playing with the clumsy side now. And now we're gonna alternate one and the other, alternating from the comfortable to the clumsy side. Usually we have one side that works better, but alternating is forcing your brain to quickly connect between the right and the left. So increasing the speed of the connection between the mind, the brain, and the body. So this is all about brain, body, or mind, body integration. And one more on each side. Perfect. Let's shake the hands. And we're gonna do the joint loosening. So joint loosening, another short sequence. All these so far were like less than 5 minutes. And they're just good practices to get the body going. So here we're gonna lubricate all the joints from ankles to neck. So we start with one ankle, two toes. If it's too difficult, hold yourself on the chair and do one at a time. So one ankle, two wrists. And other way around, one ankle, two wrists, circling them to make the joints looser. Good for balance. So my supporting leg is not stiff, it's slightly bent so that I strengthen it and I practice my balance at the same time. So many of these exercises, we add a little component that adds another aspect of health benefit compared with the initial traditional method, and other way around. One ankle, two wrists. One more, perfect. The knees, so the feet are together, no space between the feet. Feet together, we cup the kneecaps with the hands and we circle the knees. Loosening the knees, loosening the ankles. If ever that's a bit too hard, you can stay higher. Or another method is to stand and move the knee, and other way around. That's also a bit of thigh strengthening. So these are preparation exercises, but on their own, they're just good things to do for health and for loosening the body. So if that was too difficult, you can do something like this, holding yourself on the chair to get the knee moving as well. And hula hoop. We're circling the pelvis in a horizontal plane. So you can see that my head doesn't, I'm not turning my whole body, I'm just turning the pelvis, like in belly dancing, but slow motion. Or like when you turn a hula hoop, loosening the waist, loosening the low back, loosening the hips, and also a gentle stretch of the inner thighs. Depending on how you do this, you can get a little bit more feeling the stretch of the adductor muscles of the thighs, other way around. So it's joint loosening, but also a bit of stretching of the adductor muscles that can get tight. There's a way where you're gonna feel it, and one more. Shoulders, locomotive, like a backward moving locomotive, loose fist, shoulders up, rolling back. One more, and other way around. Shoulders up, rolling forward, like a train. And one more. And the elbows. Shoulders are loose, and we just move the forearm around the elbow joint. One more, and other way around. And one more. So all the joints get nicely lubricated, turning the head, looking right or looking to the side and back to the center. All the joint gets their fluid inside the joint moving. The joints are mobilized, but they're not strained. It's like warming them up, getting them loose and silky. And one more on each side, turning the head and back. Ear to shoulder without moving the shoulder, and back, other side. Just letting the head hang with its own weight. Loosening the cervical spine. So if you can go further than I can, of course, go all the way to your range of motion. If you can't, that's fine. Just go where your range of motion stops naturally, but in a way that's relaxed. You let the head hang there. Perfect. And now chin to shoulder and half circles forward from one side and back. A very loose, very easy half circle forward, like the chin draws a letter U on your chest, but you're not trying to make it a big U, you're just letting it happen. And last one. Perfect. So that was the joint loosening sequence. Let's do Dr. Yang Zhuang Ming Tai-Chi QiGong. So practice like a traditional QiGong, a traditional series of movements that are like a mini system for health. It's quite comprehensive, the different aspects of health it covers, using the premise that man should be in harmony between heaven, the non-physical part of our nature, or being in the air, being in the atmosphere, being in space, in the universe. So man being in balance, in harmony between heaven and earth, the physical part of our nature, or Mother Earth that hosts us. One more time, breathing in, out. Cleansing, clearing, going out and up, and as if your hands were clearing, cleansing the face, the throat, the chest, the belly, down the legs, down the feet. And again, up and in, clearing, cleansing, face, throat, chest, belly, legs, and down. And same movement, clearing, washing, cleansing the back. Back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes, down the legs, down the feet. And again, as if there was impurities, tension, you let them melt and wash out from the back of the head, the nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes, down the legs, down the feet. And clearing, cleansing the sides, right and left temple, right and left neck, right and left chest, right and left belly, legs, and down. And one more time for the sides, clearing, cleansing the right and left temple, the right and left neck, the right and left chest, belly, hips, legs, and down. Sinking the chi, hands up, making a nice ball, balle au centre, ball in the center, bringing it into the chest and rolling it down. Like lifting qualities from earth, bringing them into the level of the human being, man in harmony between heaven and earth, the bottom of your body being earth, the middle of the body being you, being the human being, and the top of the body being heaven. So we're balancing things from earth to man levels right now. One more time. And in and down. Pushing mountains to east and west. Hands up like sap up a tree trunk, pushing out to the right and the left. Coming to the front, balle au centre, make a ball that you gather and bring it into your chest, rolling it down. Hands up like sap up a tree trunk from earth to the man level. You distribute things to the right and the left, rebalancing with taking qualities from the environment that you bring into your own self, and you recycle what you no longer need. Hands up, pushing out, making a nice ball, balle au centre, bring it into the chest and roll it down. One more time. Hands up like sap up a tree trunk from earth out to the branches if you were a tree, and gathering good qualities from the environment, bringing them into your own self, your chest, your heart, yourself. And pushing mountain to the front, hands up like sap up a tree trunk, push forward, make a nice ball, bring it into the chest and roll it down. Hands up, push forward, bring it in and down. We always keep the arms quite relaxed. We don't overextend, we don't overstretch so that there's always a little give and relaxation. One more time. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Big bear swims in the water, hands up like sap up a tree trunk, palms up, going higher up, swimming out to the sides and coming down. Hands up from earth to man and from man to heaven, and swimming out to the sides and back to earth. So man in harmony between heaven and earth. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, out. Physical part of our nature, earth, the human part of our nature, and the non-physical part of our nature, heaven. Man in harmony between heaven and earth. Parting mountains to east and west. Shift the weight onto your right hand forms a cup. Open left brush knee, the left hand stays down as you shift your weight and the right hand goes up like you're offering what you have on your hand. Both palms turn forward at shoulder height. You shift the weight back, you bring the toes, both feet point forward. Shift your weight onto your left hand from the cup. Open right brush knee, right hand is down. Your left hand goes up. Turn both palms to paint a rainbow. Bring the toes back in and recenter. Weight on your right hand from the cup. Open right brush knee, left hand goes up. Turn both palms, paint a rainbow and bring the toes in. So this is where you could have martial applications. Here I could be grabbing a kick. Someone is kicking me and I'm grabbing their leg. And here they're punching me low and I'm deflecting. And here I'm hitting their throat. And here I'm deflecting their arm. So all these moves have health applications, but they could also be seen as having martial applications. Very often it's intertwined, intermixed, the martial and the health benefits. We don't necessarily need to focus on the martial if we're not interested, but it gives a bit of context, or sometimes it helps position your body in a way that makes more sense. And when it makes more sense, you'll have a better flow of energy and more health benefits. Eagle seizes its prey. Like there's a big ball and we surround the ball and we press it into the lower belly. We're focusing on the earth aspect of our nature. Below the belly button, it's as if there was a ball, big ball in the basin, and the center of that ball is called the lower dantian, D-A-N-T-I-E-N. And the lower dantian is our root center of energy, where the essence we receive at conception from our parents is stored. We say the yin of the father, the yin of the mother mixes with the yang of the father, making the essence of the new being, and it's stored between the kidneys in the lower dantian. So it's kind of our heritage. It's the root qualities that we get from conception that are with us the whole time, like a battery that we get, but a battery that cannot be recharged, that's only charged at the time of conception. So our duty is to try to preserve it, not overuse it. And one hand at a time. Same thing, but one hand at a time. Lion rolls the ball, so same thing. Gathering good qualities and bringing them into the lower dantian in the center of a ball that's in the basin, below the belly button. Trying to make this lower dantian vibrant, full of energy, replete, because that's our one source of vitality or essence for our life. And one more at a time, according to Chinese traditions. Last one. Crossing the forearms, one hand pushes up, the other pushes down. White crane opens its wings, crossing the hands, one up, one down. As we reach for higher elevation, the lower hand is keeping us grounded, man in harmony between heaven and earth. We might reach higher elevation with our mind, with our spirit, but if we're disconnected from our body, it's not going to be as deep an experience as compared with mind-body integration. One more on each side. Up and down, and up and down. Crossing the forearms, gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven, and let this good energy flow and benefit the face, the throat, the chest, the belly, down the legs, down the feet. Gather energy from earth, mix it with your energy from heaven, let this good energy flow and benefit the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes down the legs, down the feet. Gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven, and from the top of your head, let this good energy flow and benefit the inside of the head, through the chest, inside of the chest, through the belly, the lower dantian, down the legs, down the feet, down the center of earth. Bringing the left foot to the right, form a fist with your right hand, cover it with your left, and salute. Very nice. So that was Dr. Yang Ming Tai-Chi QiGong, a long name for a simple series of very flowing exercise. Yang Ming is he's a doctor because he has a PhD in physics, I think. He's from Taiwan, but he spent a lot of time studying martial art and Tai Chi and Qigong. He has an institute in the Boston area, I think. And he wrote many, many, many books. He published many, many DVDs trying to share his knowledge to a wider audience with the West. An amazing source of information. And we're going to do the 5 seasons Qigong. So 5 seasons, we start opening up. 5 seasons actually following the principles of the 5 elements in Chinese philosophy, 5 different qualities, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, and everything can be described with some component of these qualities, and each of these qualities has different things that resonate with them. So an element, a season, an organ, a sense organ, a color, a taste. So it's not a static element, it's something very dynamic and a fluid set of qualities that go together, and crossing and going out and up, clearing the front, clearing the face, clearing the throat, clearing the chest, the belly, down the legs, down the feet. And again, clearing, cleansing, like washing, like a shower for the face, the throat, the chest, the belly, down the legs, down the feet. And clearing the back, cleansing, clearing the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes down the legs, down the feet. And again, clearing the back, any impurities, tension, let them melt and flow down the back of the head, the nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes down the leg, and let them be recycled in earth. And the sides, clearing, cleansing the right and left temple, the right and left neck, the right and left chest, belly, hips, legs, and down. Last one, clearing, cleansing the sides, right and left temple, right and left neck, right and left chest, belly, hips, legs, and down. So these were introduction movements. Now we have 3 movements per element or per season, starting with the wood element of the spring season. And we're just letting the body hang here by the side towards one foot, coming up with the low back, mid back, upper back, pulling up and across. It's like that arm is pulled up and across, but it's actually the back that's moving up. And as we move up, it's like the quality of birth and growth of a plant that sprouts from its seed in the spring, coming up with the low back, mid back, upper back, standing up, and just letting the body relax. We don't need to go low. We can stay pretty high depending on where the zone of comfort of your body is. Always stay within your zone of comfort and relax there, letting the body open up, letting the body become looser, coming up with a low back, mid back, upper back, like birth and growth in the spring of a plant that sprouts from its seed, and relaxing down. And coming up with a low back, mid back, upper back. Pull the bow, shoot the arrow. The wood element of the spring season relates to the liver organ. Shift the weight onto the side, onto your right side. Turn the left toe out, grab the bow, pull the bow, shoot the arrow. A sense of target, a sense of direction. This is what the wood element and the liver organ is about. Having a strategy, a direction, a purpose in life. It's like our long-term goals, a sense of target, a sense of direction, and being able to move freely in that direction. And prepare, shift the weight onto your left, open right toes, pull the bow, shoot the arrow. The wood element of the spring season is also resonating with the liver organ, and we say the liver opens into the eyes, so this is also good for eyesight. And last one, a sense of vision, both literally and figuratively. And when we can't freely move into the direction of our goals, that makes us upset, irritable. So the emotion that goes with it is anger and frustration. Punching. As I slightly bend the knees, I punch, my fist is vertical. Thumb down, I turn a doorknob and I come back up on my knees. Punch, my palm is up with the fist by my side, but then as I punch, my palm is vertical. I don't overstretch, I just stay within my zone of comfort there. Thumb down, turn a doorknob and come back. We can punch with a bit of intensity in the, like contracting the arm muscles and having intensity in the eyes and letting it go. Turn the doorknob and come back. So the emotion related to the wood element, spring season, liver organ is frustration and anger. When it's a positive emotion, it's having a clear sense of direction and benevolence. And last one, punching. Thumb down and coming back. Next comes the element of the fire, the summer season, spring and then summer. And scoop and up and out like fireworks, the fire element. Scoop up and out like fireworks. The fire element of the summer season resonates with the heart. It's about opening the heart. And the heart in Chinese medicine actually houses the mind and the spirit. When you're emotional or tense, your heart speeds up. You feel your emotion physically manifesting in your heart. You don't really feel them physically manifesting in the brain, which is why in ancient China, it was believed that the heart houses the mind and the spirit. Now we know there's a lot of connection between the brain and the heart. We also know that having a heart that doesn't beat regularly is not a good thing. And the heart not beating regularly, it's called heart rate variability. Not when we have not with heart rhythm trouble, even though your heart is normal, it might be like not steady in its rhythm. And it's a predictor actually for heart health. And it comes from the mind giving signals to the heart that makes it go a little bit, ooh. And one more time. Then we're gonna go down, gather undifferentiated qualities from the ground that you bring into your chest. As you bend the knees, back of the hands face and the fingers go forward, separate the pure from the impure, come back and bring the pure into your chest, your heart, and go down to recycle and let go of what you don't need. Gather undifferentiated qualities from the ground, bring them into your heart, into your chest, separate the pure from the impure, and bring the pure into your heart, your chest, let go of what you don't need. One more time. Gathering undifferentiated qualities from the ground. And as you bend the knees, the fingers go forward, back of the hands facing each other. and come back after separating the pure from the impure. Then we're gonna have palms up, fingertips towards the chest, fingertips towards the ground, back of the hands, roll, fingers roll together, forming a heart, pop, a selfie heart. I can't help but have a smile every time. Fingertips towards the chest, fingertips towards the ground, back of the hands, back of the fingers roll, forming a heart that pops like the simple joy of a child. Just the spontaneous, easy into the chest and down. The emotion that goes with the heart is joy, as a positive emotion, of course, but also it can be the excessive excitement of, say, a manic person. So it has to be just a simple, spontaneous joy of a child, nothing excessive, like a balanced, calm, peaceful, joyful heart. Back of the hand and pop. Then comes the earth element of the end of the summer. Hands up, moving the wrist and the elbows and the shoulders, and hands down, moving the armpits and the elbows and the wrist. Imagine you're in a pool up to here, and as you move the arm, it's like water resists the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. As you go down, the water resists the armpits, the elbow, and you sit the wrist. Breathing in, wrist, elbows, shoulders. Breathing out, shoulders, elbows, sit the wrist. This movement is called commencement of Tai Chi. Breathing in, wrist, elbows, shoulders. Breathing out, shoulders, elbows, sit the wrist. 2 more times. Breathing in, so the earth element of the end of the summer season. End of summer relates to harvest, the time of harvesting. So that's about food and it's about digestion. So we're gonna bring the hands, arms up, bend the elbows towards you and swing. Hands up, bend, swing. 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 So like rolling a ball, forward, backward, forward, backward, like a big ball rolls around your digestive system, creating this peristaltis movement that pushes the food bolus from the stomach down the intestine. So stimulating that. And let's drop the swing. Last movement for the earth element of the end of summer season will be a version of white crane opens its wings. Hand at back at the kidney, spiraling the low back, mid back, upper back, stretching at the front, the lever on the right, release, coming back and reverse, spiraling the low back, mid back, upper back, and stretching the spleen pancreas on the left. The spleen pancreas is considered a main digestive organ in Chinese medicine, processing food into energy we can use. There's probably a confusion thinking that the spleen actually does what the pancreas does. In Chinese ancient people, they could not really differentiate between the spleen and the pancreas, so they called it spleen. We called it in modern times spleen pancreas because they mean the function of the pancreas that releases the insulin that enables us to get the sugar go into our cells to produce energy. So transforming food into energy we can use is the function of the spleen pancreas. And one more time. Perfect. And it's also transforming information into thoughts that we can use. Then comes the lungs. For the metal element of the fall season, breathing in, loose fist, elbows together, and rolling upper back, mid back, low back, emptying the lungs, getting rid of the CO2, so that when we come back with low back, mid back, upper back, we can get a lot more oxygen, a lot more air into the lungs. If we don't empty the lungs, we can't fill them in. So letting go is a quality that pertains to the metal element and the lungs organ. The lungs, of course, give us energy through the oxygen, through the air we breathe. But in Chinese medicine, their function is also to let go. And the emotion related to them is the letting go in a healthy grief, not that in the sadness. It becomes pathological when we can't move forward after a grieving period. It's healthy to grieve when we lose something, but it has how much it continuously affects us or not. So when there's prolonged grieving in Chinese medicine, we will tend to look at the function of the lungs for their ability to let go. Not forget, but just let go. One more time. Breathing in. And hands to the sides. And actually, we're going to do a movement where we bring the thumbs behind, breathing in, and we drop the finger. And we bring the thumbs behind, and we drop the hands. Breathing in, and we're stretching from the pecs to the thumbs. We're stretching the lungs meridian of acupuncture that runs from the pecs to the thumbs. And when we bring our attention to the index finger, that's the large intestine, which is paired with the lungs in Chinese medicine and in acupuncture. One more time, breathing out and breathing in. Then from here, we're going to do a swinging movement. One hand at the front, one hand at the back, up. Other hand front, other hand back, up and down, up and down, up and swing, up and swing. Imagine white sap moving up your legs, your torso, going into your lungs, and the white sap pushes out of your lungs all the polluted air that's expelled, puff, puff. And as you do this more and more, there's less and less polluted air. So what's expelled through the palm there is less and less dark or black or gray, and more white. The color that goes with the metal element and the lungs in the correspondences of the 5 elements is white. So white sap pushes polluted air until there's only nice, clear, white air into your lungs. And one more on each side. And relaxing. And the 5th season, the winter season from the water element. And we're going to do water type of movements. And we go down like scooping water in front of us. And then we turn the palm forward like we're painting a rainbow, going down, scooping and painting a rainbow. So we don't go down by bending the body. We go down by bending the knees like a squat. And scoop. Imagine the water you're scooping flows in spiral along the arm, reaches the other arm, the hand at the back, and reaches the kidney and hydrates, lubricates, benefits your kidney. So scoop and flow, scoop and flow, scoop and flow, scoop and flow, scoop and flow. One more time. Scoop and flow. Opening both arms. Reverse. Paint a rainbow and scoop. Turn the palm forward and scoop. And scoop and flow. Same thing. The water you're scooping, spiral along the arm, reaching the other shoulder, the other arm, the hand. And the hand is against the kidney that's just under the back ribs, the ribs at the back. And we also get a little massage. The twisting of the waist is going to do a squeeze release. That's also giving a physical massage of the kidney and the adrenal gland. So a physical and an energy benefit. And one more time. Scoop and flow. Open both arms. And I'm bringing my feet back to hip width apart, the fountain. Back of the hands move up, the shoulders stay down, the elbows are heavy, and the hands open out to the sides. Breathing in, out. Breathing in, like arching gently, breathing out, like rounding gently the back. like water. Water springs from the ground and sprinkles out to the side. With relaxed shoulders, shoulders are down. Water springs up and sprinkles out to the sides. Breathing in, out. And there's a wave from the spine. The spine waves forward and back, arching and rounding very gently. It's a small movement. Wave at the level of the spine, wave with the hands, water movement. Breathing in, out. One more time. Breathing in, out. And eagle seizes its prey. Turning, getting the hands like we're gathering something and we're pressing it into the lower belly. And again, gather and press, gather and press. So we're filling the lower dantian. So the water element relates to the kidneys organ. The kidneys store the essence that we receive at conception from our parents, according to Chinese medicine. And that essence is actually stored between the kidney in the lower dantian, like the center of a sphere that would be in the lower basin, about one hand width below the belly button inside. So we're filling it like the bottom of a snowman. It's the biggest part. It's the biggest part from an energy perspective, and we want it to stay replete and vibrant and happy, our center of vitality. One more time. One thumb on the belly button, drop the hand. Other thumb on the belly button, drop the other hand, and let the belly be moved by your breath. Big belly as you breathe in, small belly as you breathe out. Just letting the breath move the belly in a relaxed way. And that's what I'm teaching, and I'm almost in a meditative state, and I'm like, oh, I have to remember that I'm teaching. Bring the left foot to the right. Gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven. Let this good energy flow and benefit the face, the throat, the chest, the belly, down the legs, down the feet. Gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven. Let this good energy flow and benefit the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes down the legs, down the feet. Gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven, and from the top of your head, let this good energy come inside, and in the middle of the head, benefit the upper dantian, center of your mind and your spirit, through the neck and then the chest, the middle of the chest, the middle dantian, center of your qi, your life force, and through the lower dantian, center of your vitality, your essence. Man in harmony with nature, balance between heaven and earth, physical and non-physical part of our nature, making one, making us an integrated being. Form a fist with your right hand, cover it with the left, and salute. Very nice. We're gonna do a last QiGong, and then if there's anybody interested in the bonus time, we can stay a little bit more. So QiGong, focusing on a style that's called Old Yang Tai-Chi. We're actually going to start with the feet together. One thumb on the belly button, drop the hand. Other thumb on the belly button, drop the other hand. And let the belly expand as you breathe in, and let the belly become small as you breathe out. Just let the breath in a relaxed way move the belly. Let the breath descend so that your diaphragm muscle is involved, getting you more lungs movement, more air in, more air out. The phoenix awakens, and we breathe in, lift the heels, open the hands like you're about to take flight, and drop the heel, drop the hands. Breathing in, out. So again, this is inspired from the Old Yang style of Tai Chi. That's a style that's just before the Yang that we know from the 108, for those of you who have practiced the 108 Tai Chi form. Well, the person who developed the 108 form, I think it's his dad, was practicing more this style of Tai Chi, which is a bit more open and has a lot of energy flowing qualities that are a bit more perceptible. One more time. And then we're gonna open the left foot out a little bit wider than hip width apart. Commencement of Tai Chi from the old Yang style. We go down, pressing the feet down, moving energy of the low back, mid back, upper back, top of the head, forehead. Look at the moon. In, fingertips horizontal, fingertips drop, dropping energy down the central line of the chest and the belly. As we bend the knees into a squat, we surround the lower legs, arms at 45 degrees from the shoulders, and moving energy of the low back, mid back, upper back, top of the head, forehead. Look at the moon. In, fingertips down, drop the fingertips. We go down the so-called conception vessel, or Ren Mai, which is an important acupuncture vessels. And we're moving energy of the low back, mid back, upper back, top of the head, forehead. And this is called the governing vessel, or Du Mai. Another very important, we call it extraordinary vessel. One more time, in the sense that they're at a deeper level than the 12 acupuncture meridians. These ones are like reservoirs below or deeper. Down, conception vessel. That's there's the master for all the yin in the body, and up the governing vessel, which is master for all the yang of the body. In, down, and fingertips face the central line, and we're going to go around, opening, moving energy up the right left leg, the right left belly, chest, neck, temples, top of the head, forehead, and it's like the third eye gets opened. We get good qualities into it, and then we close it so that it doesn't get overexposed or burnt out. And energy flows down the central line of the chest and the belly. We go around. So here we're going along the sides, right and left temple, right and left hips, torso, neck, temple, top of the head, forehead. Look at the moon. In, fingertips down, fingertips face the central line, and we go down, and the arms are wider open, and moving energy of the right and left side, neck, temples, top of the head, forehead. Look at the moon. In, next move, so 3 moves for commencement of Tai Chi in the old Yang style of Tai Chi, along the thighs. And then we're going to reverse the flow. So we move energy up the front of the belly, the chest, the throat, the face, top of the head, and energy pours down the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, going down, palms up, moving energy of the low back, mid back, sorry, moving energy of the front. And I apologize. That's the belly, the chest, the face, down the back, and energy pours down the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, and again. So as we do this, we don't need to go low in the squat, provided that we're comfortable. It's the relaxation that matters. You will get more flexible by staying within your relaxed zone of comfort without even trying. So staying within our zone of comfort. One more time. Moving energy of the central line of the belly, the chest, the throat, the face, and the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes, and down. So these movements make us more flexible. Even though we don't work on flexibility, we do get more flexible. Palms face the ground, pulling 2 beautiful columns of energy from your hands, resting your hands on them. Yin Yang palms, a bit of a more complex movement. Shift the weight onto your right. The knees stay pointing forward the whole time. Reverse the hand. So now your right hand is forward, your left fingers are by the elbow. Shift the weight from the right to the left. Reverse the hands. Shift the weight from the left to the right. Reverse the hands. So again, the knees stay pointing forward. We shift the weight by moving the basin from one leg to the other. Reverse the hands. Shift the weight. Reverse. Imagine there's something that you're pushing with the forearm, reverse the hands, and something that you're pushing with the forearm, and you use the strength of your legs. So it's the legs that move the arm in a carried motion. Now we reverse the hands, shift the weight. Reverse the hands, shift the weight. So we use the strength of the legs. And once the arms are in place, we don't move the arms, we keep them steady with the body and we let the legs move the whole thing. And that makes us very, very powerful. Reverse the hands, shift the weight. Yellow dragon enters the hole. The right hand circles, the right hand pulls back, goes under the left. The right hand makes a circle from your left front, right in, left front, right in, left front, right in, middle level, left front, right in, use your spine, left front, right in, left front, right in, lower level, left front, right in, using the low back to initiate the movement, left front, right in. Now the left hand circles, comes forward, the left hand goes under the right, and the left hand circles to your right front, left in, right front, left in, right front, left in, right front, left in, middle level, right front, left in, right front, left in, right front, left in, upper level, right front, left in, right front, left in, and circle. The right hand circles, it's forward, it goes back, it goes under, and it circles left front, right in, circle, 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 middle level, circle, circle, like you have something in your hand and you're moving it around, circling with the lower level, circle, circle. The left hand circles, comes forward, left hand is pulled back up, goes under the right, left hand circles to your right front, left in, right front, left in, circle, middle level, circle, 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 upper level, circle, circle, circle. Rolling elbows, hands at the shoulders, as if we're gonna hit something downwards with the elbow. Rolling with the left, rolling with the right. Left, right, upper level. Left, right, left, right. Middle height, left, right, sorry, left, right, left, right. Lower height, left, right, left. So we're involving the spine, left, right. Now we reverse, like we're hitting upward, but at a lower level. Rolling elbow, left, right, left, right, left, right. Middle level, left, right, left, right, left, right, and upper level, left, right, left, right, left, right. One more time, circling forward, left, 1, 2, 3. Middle level, 1, 2, 3, and 3. Lower level, 1, 2, and 3. Great loosening for the spine. Upward, 1, left, right, left, right. Middle level, left, right, left, right, left, right. Upper level, left, right, left, right, left, right. Perfect. From here, we're gonna do chicken legs. So we have our feet 45 degrees, 30 degrees to 45 degrees. We shift the weight to the right and drop the left heel. So the heels are aligned and the weight is on your right. So the chicken moves its legs. So circling with the right, the left, circling with the right, left, circle, circle. Circling with the right, circle with the left and stop. The left and stop the right, play the guitar. Hands back, step back, drop the right heel. Left hand circles, right hand. Left hand, use the spine. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand circles and stops, left hand circles and stops, play the guitar or play the pipa. Hands back, step back, drop the heel. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand circles and stops, left hand circles and stops, play the guitar. Hands back, step back, drop the heel. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand circles and stops, left hand circles and stops, play the guitar. Hands back, step back, and draw a bottle gourd, drawing a snowman, drawing the head of a snowman, drawing the chest of a snowman, drawing the bottom of a snowman. We open our upper dantian, our upper energy center in the middle of the head, and close it. We open our middle dantian, middle center of the chest, and close. We open the lower dantian in the lower belly and close. Breathe in to open, breathe out to close. Breathe in to open, breathe out to close. Breathe in to open, breathe out to close. Upper dantian, center of our mind, spirit, mental functions. Middle dantian, center of our chi, our life force. Lower dantian, center of our essence, our vitality. One more time. Breathing in, out. Breathing in, out. Breathing in, out. Circling the hands all the way. And the phoenix flies to the sun. Moving energy along the spinal cord of the low back, mid back, upper back, into the neck, into the brain ventricles. Push the sky and the sky opens for you. Going down, moving energy of the spinal cord of the low back, mid back, upper back, the neck, into the ventricles of the brain, pushing the sky, and then you're immersed into the sky that opens all around you, and moving energy of the low back, mid back, upper back, into the neck, the ventricles of the brain, push and out, and just dropping the arms, bringing the left to the right, gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven, and let this good energy flow and benefit the face, the throat, the chest, the belly, down the legs, down the feet. Gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven, let this good energy flow and benefit the back of the head, nape, upper back, mid back, low back, glutes down the legs, down the floor. Gather energy from earth, mix it with energy from heaven, and from the top of your head, let this good energy come inside and benefit the brain, through the neck, thyroid gland, lungs, and heart in the chest, liver, digestive, reproductive, and urinary organ, down the legs, down the feet, down the center of earth, man in harmony with nature, balance between heaven and earth, physical and non-physical part of our nature making one. Form a fist with the right, cover it with the left, and salute. Thank you very, very, very much. It feels really good, and when we do things that feel good often, we become good at doing things that feel good. Great.